Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and I think it's time to discuss this certain little topic because more information came from it, and from the title and thumbnail you guys know what I'm going to talk about, and that is Joss Whedon. And I've been holding myself back from making videos on Joss Whedon because personally I just don't, I know what Ray Fisher said. I've always listened to him, I've heard him out, but I've always been like, all right, just wait until more information comes out because I don't want to just go and backlash Joss Whedon with like no other people saying anything or stuff like that. But recently, a female came out and said that during Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I'm gonna be honest, I've only seen like 2 episodes of that show. One of the actresses came out and said that as much as she loves filming with in that show, something that she does not want to associate herself with, and it's totally reasonable, is Joss Whedon. And today I'm going to be discussing the whole Joss Whedon thing because I feel like it's time I make a video on it, especially because this channel, I talk too much about the Snyder Cut, and I think it's time I mention my perspective on Joss Whedon's situation. And basically, before we get into this video, please go ahead, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bells to be notified for more videos like this. And clicking that subscribe button only takes 1 second and makes a massive difference to the channel. And really, it'd be an honor to provide you guys with movie talk content because here we drop movie reviews, movie news, and everything movie related. And also, if you're a Snyder fan, right here I upload a lot about the Snyder Cut. I often I think I talk too much about the Snyder Cut on this channel, but let me get into what I'm going to say. So, prior to what Ray Fisher said, I always respected Joss Whedon as a director, not as a human being. And I love the Avengers, man. I love that first Avengers movie, and I also like this one movie he made called Firefly. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of Age of Ultron, I still thought it was a pretty good film. And I think he deserves a lot of respect because he's now, I know the X-Men movies started off this new age of comic book movies, and I know there's a lot of more like other movies that came prior to it that caused this era. However, I do see the Avengers being that main movie that caused other studios to be like, we got to now start doing that. So I do give Whedon a lot of credit for being part of that, process of making comic book movies the mainstream media nowadays, because there was a time where I remember when I was younger where comic books were seen as little kid stuff, and now everybody loves comic book movies, and now it's like an unpopular opinion to not like comic book movies, and I find that really funny. But I give respect to Joss Whedon. However, when in 2017, when the whole Zack Snyder situation came through light, even then I didn't backlash Whedon because at the end of the day, I blamed more Warner Bros. Because Warner Bros. Was the one that fired Snyder, and Warner Bros. Was the one that brought in Whedon. I couldn't blame Whedon for coming in. But when Ray Fisher began saying, Whedon was toxic, Whedon was terrible on set, I started to look at Whedon in a different light. And after, how long? 2 days ago, when a lot of girls were coming out saying how uncomfortable they are, and not only that, but apparently him and Gal Gadot had a massive argument over this one boob joke in Justice League, which to me, honestly, like, he did one in Age of Ultron with Black Widow, and then he did one in Justice League. To me, it's like, I was fine. I'm fine if you make a joke like that. However, if you're doing that multiple times, it starts to get a little suspicious to me. And in Justice League, there was even this other sex joke with Amy Adams as Lois Lane and Martha, and I was starting to look at things from Whedon a little different. And a lot of his movies, he tends to sexualize females a ton, and I'm very against that. I don't mind if you sexualize a female in a movie, but to do it so much, it gets to a point where you're starting to wonder, what are you doing? What's the purpose of making a movie with this much kind of stuff? Like, I know Michael Bay does it, but I don't even think the girls that Michael Bay directed with felt uncomfortable, or I don't know, man. I'm not there. I can't really say personally what their experiences are, but Whedon, a lot of actresses have come out and said that they feel uncomfortable, and a lot of scenes of Gal Gadot in Justice League had to be reshot with her stunt double because Gal Gadot didn't feel comfortable with Whedon. And then, of course, we know Ray Fisher came out and talked about Whedon. And look, I'm not going to say my opinions on Whedon will never change. Maybe something will come out that says Whedon is right, but, right now things aren't looking good. And to me, it makes me uncomfortable seeing Whedon, because I'm not gonna lie, Whedon does look like a perv. I mean, just look at the hairline. Well, let's not make fun of hairlines. So there's probably some subscribers I have here that maybe are balding, so I apologize if I made that joke, but Whedon, things aren't looking good, man. And to me, I just hope things sooner rather than later we find out the real story. Hopefully we see was Ray Fisher saying the truth, was these females saying the truth, and I hope that we find things out soon, because I'm getting tired of seeing these Whedon Ray Fisher arguments. I am on the side of Ray Fisher mostly because I feel like nobody would speak out that much if something really did happen. And honestly, I just see that. I can't tell you 100% sure that Ray Fisher is right, because I wasn't there. I can't tell you it. Like, I wasn't in the Justice League set, but from the looks of it, it seemed like it was a very toxic environment. I mean, in a way, I kind of believe Ray Fisher a little more, because I feel like because look, actors have come out and defended Fisher, like Jason Momoa came out and defended Ray Fisher. However, I don't see anyone defending Whedon, so it gets to a point where I'm thinking to myself, yeah, something might have happened. And Whedon, a lot of people are coming out saying they're uncomfortable with Whedon. A lot of females, specifically females, have been saying how Whedon is just a very uncomfortable director, especially in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The actress recently came out and said that she does not want to associate with him like that. And you would expect that an actress like her would probably love Whedon for giving her the biggest role of her career. And the fact that she's not associating with Whedon really speaks volumes. And that something big must have happened. What I'm assuming is Ray Fisher, and I forgot what the female's actress's name. Like I said, I've never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've seen like 2 episodes. I thought they were pretty decent, and I don't honestly know too much about this actress, so I apologize for not knowing her name. You guys can just do a quick Google search and you'll find who she is. But basically, it's just not looking good for Whedon. And, this kind of disappoints me, because Whedon, in a way, did make part of my childhood. I mean, I love that Avengers movie. I remember I was 10 years old when that first Avengers movie came out. And, if watching the Avengers on screen, it felt like my childhood dreams were coming true, because I remember I read Avengers comics when I was younger. And to see it put on the big screen, to see Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye all just team up. It was like, especially that circle shot, it was cool. So hearing this kind of stuff does, leave me in a position where it's just, I don't feel comfortable. I mean, let's be honest, they could be lying, but I just don't see that happening. I mean, Whedon has said nothing, and, a lot of actors are defending what Ray Fisher says. And in a way, I kind of sense that is happening, because remember, it came out that Gal Gadot did feel uncomfortable filming Justice League with Whedon. And not only that, but you also notice that Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, everyone who worked on set on Justice League, they talk more about Snyder than they do Whedon. In fact, I've tried doing some research prior to this video. Did Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, or any of those actors ever come out and defend Whedon? No, they never did. All they said was that how much they love Snyder. I mean, Jared Leto, even recently, although he probably never stepped foot in a room with Whedon, even he came out and said how much he loves Snyder for the opportunity that he's been given and how much trust he's been given. And, David Ayer, Patty Jenkins, and, Matt Reeves have been praising Snyder. But, you also notice that nobody's talking about Whedon. So it does get to a point where I'm starting to get concerned about Whedon and, Whedon, is this stuff true? And I'm gonna be honest, if what let's say what Ray Fisher comes out to be 100% true, then screw Whedon. I mean, get him out of Hollywood. That man doesn't deserve a career if everything like this does come out to be true. If, let's say, Ray Fisher is proven to be lying, which I highly doubt, I don't know, there's just something in my head saying that what Fisher's saying is true, and what the females that came out are saying is true. If they come out to be lying, then screw them too. I mean, to me, it's just, I believe Ray Fisher a little more right now, but I'm not going to say my opinion is definitive. Maybe tomorrow Whedon has a ton of proof that makes me change my mind. I mean, I remember 2 years ago, I thought Andy Signor did in fact assault a female, but he had so much proof to a point where I was like, yeah, I'm on Andy Signor's side. I mean, and that's what I'm trying to say, man. It's like I don't want to point the fingers right now, and I feel really uncomfortable knowing that, you know, something like this could have happened. But yeah, it is what it is. Comment down below your thoughts on this. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on notification bells to be updated with more content like this. Thank you guys for being a part of today's video. Follow me on my Instagram and Twitter, which is of course here on this in the screen somewhere. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.